Hey there, Leo. It's Chronic Joy Tarot, and this is going to be your general reading, February 2018 or thereabouts. Whenever you come upon this video is the moment that that message is supposed to come into your experience. For Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. If this is a general reading, so if it's not going to make complete sense to you right now, that's fine. You can check your Moon and Rising sign on my channel. But for the most part, the way my readings go, it's really just all about finding an aspect of yourself to develop and to, fuel your personal and spiritual growth. So this is really all about you right now. It's less about others and outcomes and predictions and more about where you are on your path and where to point your feet for your next steps. Okay? I'm using the Zen Tarot deck here, following the spread called The Key. And it starts out with the key to unlocking this energy that we're going to talk about, the yin and the yang, the feminine and masculine energies that support it. This card here is called the meditation. This is what to focus on during, if you're feeling a little scattered in your quest to move forward, this is what to always fall back on. And then these three cards are body, mind, and being. And then the outcome here is the top of the key. Okay, and at the end of the reading, I'm going to pull one card for you from the Mastery of Love deck, the Toltec Wisdom by Don Miguel Ruiz, since it's February for Valentine's Day, and you guys are my Valentine. I'm going to pull you one card from the Mastery of Love to develop that love space within your heart. Okay, the oracle card I'm pulling for the theme, for the guidance for this reading right now, is from the Ascended Masters deck by Doreen Virtue. And the one we pulled for you, Leo, is Work Your Magic. So you know how magical you are. You know that. You have that special, spark of uniqueness within you that can really transform relationships, transform situations with others, transform your own life. And you have that power. Your clear and focused intentions and your positive expectations will create the healings and the manifestations you desire. So shift your focus toward the positive and set your intentions, and your outcomes will be in line with your desires. Okay? So let's see where we're starting here, our starting point, Leo, when it comes to working your magic and, making sure to focus on your goal. And that the first energy here is to go with the flow. So this is going to be the key to unlocking that sort of, that quest toward your goal. You're called upon to work your magic to get to your goal, but you're also called upon to chill a little bit and allow life in, as opposed to asserting yourself too forcefully along the path. Okay, so there's a balance there. It's all about balance, using your spark and your creativity and your magic, but also resting in the knowledge that life brings you every tool you need and every sign to make your progress. Okay? So kind of go with that and trust in the flow of life. Okay? Internally, your feminine, this is the yin and the yang card here. The feminine is the internal energy, or the what's going on within you that others may not see. And oh boy, am I familiar with this. I'm a Leo. This is my internal life all the time. It's like I'm full of passion, I'm full of ideas, my mind is always overflowing with ideas and thoughts and what to do next, and very intense. That is in direct, response to this going with the flow, right? So like I said, it's about balance. It's about finding that balance because, the passion is what drives you. That's what makes you magical, right? That's what brings that spark out of you, is that seed of passion that's within you. If you allow it to overcome and become too intense, you may lose your way, because if you're using this energy only right? Without the balance of, you know, a softer, more receptive energy, you could end up like barreling over people, you know, discarding people right and left along your way, forgetting your real goal because you're so caught up in the moment, right? I am so familiar with this. So this is a reminder to take that intensity and use it for the good. Make sure to remember to remain back into the flow of what's being given you, right? Whatever the universe is handing you is supposed to be there for you, right? Even if it's a challenge, you're supposed to trust that. Not an easy thing to do, but really it works if you can get to that kind of, if you can occupy that kind of a space in your life energetically, everything kind of just goes the way it's supposed to. Externally, and in your external world, well, look at that. What did I just say? With too much internal intensity comes external stress. So if we learn to balance this out, right, then this little balancing act this guy's doing on that bubble or that ball, once the reality hits, you know, the little monkey that's popping it, once that reality hits, you won't go all tumbling down because you've shored yourself up with this energy. You know, you might sink into the river and flow, but you're not going to go crashing down if you can maintain that balance. Okay? Your intensity and your passion are a beautiful thing. It's what makes you a Leo, but you got to balance it out sometimes with trusting the bigger picture. Okay? In the meditation space here, this card here, love it. This is reminding us that this is an empowering card. This looks like a really sad card at first, and the word alone, you know, makes people feel kind of down, but this is not about loneliness. This is not anything to do with loneliness the way I read it. Loneliness is the absence of another, and aloneness is the presence of yourself. You alone have the power to make all this happen. You look at this magical card that came up for you. You have it. It's just a matter of maintaining that balance, keeping the passions alive, and knowing that once you voice these passions and once you bring them out into the universe, you know, Spirit will bring you all the tools you need to make it happen, and you don't have to force things forward, causing stress in your day-to-day life. You have this power. When it comes time to come up against some obstacles, rest back into that source of you, that empowered space that you so easily can tap into, Leo. You guys, you know, you just have so much magnetism and power, and you have the power to maintain this balance too. You alone can do anything you want. Okay? The next three cards here are body, mind, and being. And so let's see what's going on. Physically, in your physical world, have more fun. Play. Get out and dance. Go and, you know, sing with some friends, and go run on the beach and play in the sand, or go to the forest and climb a tree, or play. Have fun. Have fun along the way. This is such a huge lesson because, you know, I've been in situations where the goal is in sight. There's things that have to be put into place and maybe other elements that have to come into account before the goal can be reached. And instead of sitting here in this intense and stressful energy, oh, just got to get there, one more day, 6 more hours, you know, that intense, forget it. You know the goal's there. You know you're on your way. You know the universe will always provide for you. Have fun every step. Have fun in your real physical world, okay? In the mind position here, yep, look at that. I was just saying this like the whole time. Trust the universe. Trust life. Trust life. Life is not going to steer you wrong. It's not going to steer you wrong. It's when you get caught up in your mental energies and your shoulds and what if kind of worrisome, or, I should have done this, regret. That's when you start to waver from that strong path that life is laying out for you. And if you can just rest in that knowledge that everything you need, especially with how magical you are, is being provided for you, you'll just have fun, right? It'll just be one big joy fest. Now, I'm not saying through this that, just do this and it'll be easier. These are all energies to, aspire to, right? We are human beings and we are spiritual beings in human bodies, but we operate on a very human level most of our day, and we don't always get this bigger picture. We don't always get it. It's not always where we go to first when say you come upon an obstacle. You're not going to say, the big picture says I'll be fine. You want to fight through that obstacle. That's a natural human response. This is just guidance to remind you as much as you can and as often as you can to revert back to these trusting, allowing energies that make the path of life a little easier. In this being position, look at that. Slow it down. Go with the flow and slow it down. Your entire being, mind, body, spirit. Relax. Breathe. Chill. Spend more time with your own breath, with your own environment, the life that is exactly right here, right now. Look out the window, watch the wind, as I'm doing right now, breathing through the leaves of the trees. I mean, that is where living is right now. And this is what you're being guided to do. You've got it. You've got all the magic and the spark within you to get to your goal. So enjoy it as you're going, right? And you'll start to see more and more signs and elements and pieces of the puzzle that the universe is providing you that you may have missed if you stayed here in this intense, focused, stressful energy, right? Yes, you need the intensity to sort of spark yourself forward, but you also need the balance of the knowing and the open-heartedness to trust the path. You need that too. And the outcome here is the creativity card. I love it because if you are a creative and if you're in a creative field, this is the road to get there, to get to your next achievement, right? Using your magic, showing your creativity, and trusting in life and going with that flow, knowing your passion's there, but learning how to manage it so that it doesn't overtake you, and knowing your self-power, really. That's going to bring your next creative project to fruition. And if you're not in a creative field, but perhaps you love creative endeavors, go for it. Go more toward those things. And this also could represent just simple self-expression, because creativity, it fundamentally is self-expression. And you're getting this, and you're magically doing it. I love this, Leo. This is a great reading for this time, and I'm really, it's really connecting for me, obviously. I'm a Leo too, and this is a really great sort of playing field for me to recall, all those things that I've been learning and practicing all this time. Okay, so now I'm going to pull from the love deck here, Mastery of Love, to learn how to tap into that well of love that you have deep within you. And your message for now is, love has no obligations or expectations. And on the back of the card it says, when you love, whatever you do is because you want to do it. It becomes a pleasure. It's like a game and you have fun with it. When you love, you don't expect something to happen. Whatever happens is okay, and hardly anything disappoints you. No expectations, no obligations, simply love. I love this for you because that's, that kind of seals the deal here with this whole path you're on and this, showing up with your magical self and using that to move yourself forward in your life and never forgetting that source of love that's deep within you. And that the way things go is the way things go, and it's all okay. All right? Okay, Leo, I love you guys so, so much. I'm going to try to do another reading in February, but I cannot promise. I'm in a very busy time right now with my day work, and I'm going to try, but I can't promise it. So I might not talk to you again till March. But until then, love you so much and take good care.